we have the Brands Expert Podcast Club, right? This is an exclusive club, unique to podcasts. It's something that we wish other podcasts did, and hopefully we could spark that change in podcasts, where we can over deliver and bring you something exclusive to the podcast, right? So you can learn something, you can learn how to make some money, you can learn how to work with experts. So right now we're going to get into that, and we're going to get back to the podcast after we get into that. But if you want to get into that, make sure you go to the Champions Playbook, tcp.com/podcast, and you'll be able to see the Brand Experts Podcast Club, how to get involved, all the great stuff that we're doing over there. Unique brand expert mentorships like this. You're getting to be mentored by a brand expert like Dragon. So we're going to get into that right now. And also another spot that you can go to if you really want to get started with the club immediately, get the mentorship, learn how to work with them, learn what they're looking for, things like that. Let's go to brandsexpertspodcast.com/club to immediately get involved. But let's get into this part of everything. We'll be back in a minute. All right. So first one we'll get into is, what does Dragon Media look for when working for a new client?
What do I look for in clients?
Yeah.
Because I feel like when you put money into something, you just take more pride into it. Yeah. If I gave you a free music video, you might not push it as if you put $10,000 into a video. Yeah.
All right. Next, best place to buy media gear for your brand, in your opinion.
Like, where do I go to get my gear and stuff like that?
Yes.
Man, that's a good one. I've bought stuff from.
Let's get into it. What did Dragon Media do to get their biggest client or contract? Would you recommend others in the industry do the same thing you did?
Oh yeah, I communicated.
Okay.
Somebody came to me. Actually, somebody sent a client to me because it was like, so what would it be to put that together? And then I broke everything down because I don't hide nothing. All right, it's this much for this much for this. And since you coming at me like this, I'm gonna throw this in for you. Don't worry about this. I take care of that. And when they he really, he really care about this because.
So that's how it works. That's how you get the contracts, get the checks you're looking for, close on the right situations, and have your bank account smiling like it should. So how does Dragon Media market their content for their brand? Have you seen a return on your marketing?
Oh yeah. Just as simple as off. Like, somebody might not want to click your post the first day. They might not want to click it the third day, but then that fourth day that they see, they like, let me go check this person out because I keep seeing their stuff now.
All right. See, so just continue it and understand it's worth it. Long term, it is worth it. Okay. Let's get into the next one. The number one thing to avoid spending money on in the media industry. Now, why we think this is so big is you're going to have a budget and you might want to just throw things at things, but he's experienced in the industry. So, if you could say the number one thing to avoid spending money on in the industry is what?
Don't always think you need better. Learn.
And then this one is very interesting too. The number one thing to always invest more money into in the media industry.
With me, honestly, it's weird because I'm gonna say this, but then I gotta explain it. I don't look for money every time. I say if it makes sense, whether it's sense or sense.
Yeah, this is something deep. 3 habits that you use daily to turn that keep you an expert in your brand, or keep your brand an expert in your industry. 3 habits that you
3 habits. Yeah. Okay. Look, this is funny. So I went and put a sound system in my car, and I'm just gonna say maybe it's because I'm editing and listening to music all the time, like while I'm working, like editing, you gotta hear the song over and over. That a lot of times when I'm in my car, I don't even play music. So I started listening to a lot of sets that I've been on. It was like that night, oh, Oh, I had a dude hit me up at 3 a.m. say, hey man, we have a set at 7 in the morning. Can you be there?
Right.
I just happen to be up. Why? Because I'm up editing and stuff like that, you know. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, no, that's a good set. I want to be on that one. So,
All right.
you gotta stay ready, bro.
All right. So what we're gonna do is, let's see, get into something special. We want Dragon to show us a starter setup, right? For in the media, when you're capturing media, as far as with camera specifically, what that looks like and what that, you know, will most likely cost you to purchase.
Right.
And then we'll go over an advanced setup and what
Okay.
that will cost you. Kind of, if he has those kind of things with him, we can go into it, actually kind of look at it.
All right. So, I brought this one to show the beginner side. Well, you know, I could say beginner, but it's a good starter.
Okay.
Which is a Sony. I know people that use this on set still, like on big sets that I'm on, because like I said, it's not always about the gear that you have.
Right.
But you don't need to know so much to get this going, you know?
Right. So what are some of the specs?
This one actually, it has interchangeable lenses, which a lot of starter cameras they don't. They have just the lens that just stay there. But this one you actually can take it off. And
okay. So like you see, he got the beginner setup. And what about some advanced stuff? Any advanced type of gear that you got with you, or any?
So I have my go-to,
okay,
which is my for photo and video. So since I do both, this was the perfect camera for me. If you want to do photos strictly, I would get
this complete setup, just like you have it set up with, you know, what kind of lens is it? What are we talking come out of pocket? They want to get it brand new.
Brand new.
Inside information. This is why we bring out experts in their industry and with their brand, because you get them behind the scenes information, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And like you say, like, this is advanced type stuff. And if you need that one-on-one mentoring with him and all this kind of stuff, you know where to reach him.
Right.
It's Just Dragon on Instagram. And like I said, he's going to have a lot of more stuff on there as time goes on. So you can continue to reach out, continue to see how to work with him, if you want to learn from him, things like that.